that you be careful that how you handle the problems when you encounter problems. Because the reason that we have to be careful is how we deal with the problems. The enemy is out to attempt to knock us off of course. His plan is to make you think that you're boxed in and that there is no way out. So the goal of the enemy is to get you to a position to make you think that you're boxed in and that there is no way out of what you're in. So as a result, you lose hope. So that's why it's important that you encounter the problems that you face in a manner that's pleasing to God. And you have to understand, and my first point is, when it seems that you're boxed in by trials, God is just preparing you to break out. They were released out of bondage. And when released out of bondage, Pharaoh looked and thought to himself, and he said, wait a minute, I made a grand mistake. I just let go of all my slaves, and now all of a sudden he's after them. So now it's kind of like they're on the run. It's like a hot pursuit. He's after them and they're after something else. But what he didn't understand is he was coming against God's elect. What he forgot that the children of Israel were the children of God, those who were chosen, those who were God's people. And sometimes it could be that the enemy doesn't understand, and you have to remind yourself, and you have to keep it in your mind, and you have to tell the enemy at times, wait a minute, when I'm faced with problems, and I have to respond in a way that tells him that I'm a child of God. For the Bible does say in 1 Peter 2:9 that I'm the chosen generation, that I'm royal priesthood. Yes. But a lot of us forget that point at times. So Pharaoh here is after the Israelites, thinking that they were in a place of defeat. You know, I used to play a game called Mario Kart. For some of you older ones, you won't know what that is. But for some people my age, I used to play this game called Mario Kart. And in Mario Kart, there was, I believe it was Yoshi, there was Donkey Kong. It was all the games compressed together. And in all these games, they had these little carts that they were riding. In the carts, if you rode around the tracks, it was all a big race. And as you rode around the tracks, there was something called bananas in the road. There was something called detours in the road. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. However, there was something called detours in the road. The detours in the road were these things that they were designed to knock you off the path. The bananas in the road and the things that were set outside in the road was designed to knock you off of course. And what we have to understand, and a lot of people are missing it, which is why you still get knocked off course, is because you have to understand that the things that the enemy has set out for you is designed to kill you, is designed to trap you so that you can't get to the promised land. That was the whole thing for Pharaoh. He was after them, trying to keep them from the promised land, because he knew that if he let them get to the promised land, there was no way that they were coming back out to slavery. Because if you can ever get a taste of the promised land of God, you'll never go back to slavery. You'll never go back to the same things that you used to do. You'll never go back to the old relationships that you used to be in when you get a taste of the promised land.